Welcome to Book Spotlight, and today we're talking Cotton Black Headlights, my latest poetry collection. So this book is very special for a lot of reasons, and we're going to get into that real quick. One thing that makes it special is the fact that this particular book of poetry is to do about life things. Because my previous poetry books, the first one being The Hand I've Been Dealt and Still About a Girl, are more, they're love and loss. That's what it's about. Some of it's poetry, some of it's lyrics, and it's about love and loss and the pain and the heartache and the stuff that goes with it, yet loving the person anyway. But for this one, this is about life. This one was deliberately done without love and loss stuff. And what inspired it actually was Gord Downey's, of the Tragically Hip, the late Gord Downey, his book Coke Machine Glow. His poetry is amazing. I love it. It definitely... it's so many different levels to it, and you have to think, but in a way that's not abstract, not obscure poetry where you kind of go what are they talking about? In his case, there was a lot of metaphor and parables and different sorts of things, but he was able to still convey the message, right? And so the idea here, it was the same, was I wanted to write some poems about life, just things that happen, things that make you feel, whether good, whether frustrated, whether happy, whether angry, whether whatever. And I wanted to get into that, and that's what this is about. And what was fun about making this book is this is how it originally started, was this notebook here. You can see the title, Cotton Black Headlights. And as you can see, let me just go a little bit further here. But yeah, you can see how they were put together, how obscurely, this is the poem written and then it's scratched out because that meant it was typed up. But meaning this is even just pasted in pieces of paper, just to assemble things. Oops, a little bit too far. But yeah, see, that's kind of how it all goes. And I loved it that way. It was fun to create, and it was fun to sort of try to put life aspects into poetic verse, right? Various types of poetic verse. Some of it's free verse, some of it's rhyming. It all depends, right? And what also made this book fun was the first time ever that I ever included photographs. And so, every poem, as you can see, has an accompanying photo to go with it. And the photo itself relates to whatever the poem's about. And it's all there. And it was fun taking these pictures, especially going around and trying to find different things to take pictures of that would complement the poetry in the book. And then, of course, I really just had a good time making the cover for this things, too, because it worked out perfectly. I wasn't sure if I could get, an image that would convey the title. But then I happened across this. You make some adjustments to it to make it your own, and that's sort of thing. Same here in the back. Same idea. And of course the synopsis. And the synopsis this time too, as opposed to say Still About a Girl's synopsis, which is a paragraph of text. This particular synopsis is verse, and it talks about it. And I'm going to share it with you in a moment. But yeah, I wanted to actually read something from it this year. I like this one here. It's called, I'll show it to you first. It's called Life's a Smoky Cigarette. And I'm going to share that with you right now, okay? So here it goes. Life's a smoky cigarette. Life's a smoky cigarette in between the days of my newfound malaise and the bottles of whiskey cream. She pulls me one way, she pulls me another, bonded to each other and the bed of honey cream. Life's a bottle of pills, 2, maybe more. I think my stomach is sore during this surreal and unofficial dream. She said, come home. She said, I am your safe place, away from the race of chasing after steam. Life's a container of pain. It's all I know. Torture is slow, with the hope of a happy dream. End it, I want. Finally stop the madness. Finally stop the badness. That unstoppable, evil team. So obviously that one was a bit darker. But again, life can get dark. So anyway, again, fun book to create. Had a good time making it. It's been well received thus far. It did really well at Comic-Con, which is good. Especially in a comic convention, you wouldn't think poetry would be a hit, but apparently it was. So that's really cool. So yeah, let me share with you the synopsis. All right. And this, I'm going to try to give a little bit of performance here. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, world, This is how it's gonna be. Rhymes in verse, melodies rehearsed across life's rocky sea. Listen up, folks. This is how we're going to play. Thoughts and comments, displays of indominance, making the rounds all day. Read a poem, maybe two. Pick three, if you wish to dare. Ramblings and coherence, sometimes jots of incoherence. Anything for poetic flair. So get some eyes on some words and give the brain a try. You win some, you lose most, but in the end, Solomon said, it's vapor in the sky. Enjoy and explore, please do, I implore. Let's talk about life bizarre, 'cause it's pretty complex stuff, said Harvey Pekar. Cotton Black Headlights. It is available in paperback and ebook at your favorite online retailer and through your brick and mortar bookstore. Just give them the ISBN or the title of my name and they'll be able to get it in for you. And yeah, please support the book. Please support poetry. Poetry is important. It doesn't matter the type of poetry, whether we're talking like simple like song lyrics or all the way through to actual poetic books. It speaks to us on a level that standard prose doesn't. And we all relate to it in different ways, especially when some symbolism and or analogy or even metaphor or whatever is used in it, because we all relate to it on different ways depending where we are that day in our lives, in that particular circumstances of our lives. And that's the great thing about poetry. It grabs us in the certain little jots and tittles of the ways that we need, and if you give those verses and you give some lines some thought, you find that it helps you actually through life. Even if the line is a bad line, like a dark line, I mean, there's still an angle of help there, and that's the beauty of poetry is it's there for you. It's kind of a way to mirror your thoughts, because your thoughts aren't always like purely straightforward, factual, coherent, in a line type words. Sometimes you do kind of think in verse. You kind of think in the abstract. So to be able to see it on the page and to relate to it in that way, that's pretty neat. So, Cotton Black Headlights. Grab one. Peace.